Hi guys, it's me, just Lunacy again. And I, like many of you guys and girls out there in the land, live in America, land of the free and home of the brave. But right now, we are in the middle of a government shutdown. And from what I can understand of it, is that the Republicans want to cut the health care for 14 million American citizens. But I have no idea why they want to do that, but they do. They want to cut funding up from certain places, and healthcare is one of them. So, anyway, the Democrats don't really like this for obvious reasons. It's immoral, it's unethical, and it's just plain wrong. So, they didn't want to go on with Donald Trump's party's little scheme. And, now Trump is playing games with, snapback benefits, by which he originally didn't want to pay for November's SNAP benefits. Although I know that he wouldn't be paying for his direct pocket, but he would be releasing the funds from the government to do so. So the courts got involved and said that he has to legally give out funding for it, for the emergency funds, for just such an emergency, like the government shutting down, or there being a natural disaster or something else like that. So he probably got the memo. He probably wanted to drag his ass along with it, saying that he wants to only release 50% of the food stamp benefits of SNAP to the people who need it the most, like the elderly, unemployed, the disabled, none of those such people like that. Even the troops are being affected by it. I thought that the Republicans were supposed to be like respectful troops in the Army and the Navy and all that stuff. Not to the point that they have to allow them to go on food stamps and need to be online for it and stuff like that. That's pretty disgraceful. And it's very, really pathetic the way Trump is doing it too. And that he's threatening to withhold any funds for food stamps and SNAP, all that. And what's even more disgraceful is that it happens in November and probably in December as well too, because for October there's really no major holidays except for All Saints Day and All Souls Day and Halloween and the Day of the Dead. So that's pretty minor stuff. That's like buying candy, buying feasts and fruit and all of that other stuff. So it's pretty small potatoes. But then when you get into the major holidays like Thanksgiving as well as Christmas, that's where it really starts to affect people, because of the fact that you buy like big feasts for like those days, for like big family get-togethers and whatnot. So plus got all of other ancillary stuff like cookies and pies and cakes and all that other stuff too. So that's where it gets kind of a little bit obnoxious with the shutdown and affecting people. Not only that, but you have Trump going on with lavish parties, having lavish parties at his estate, Mar-a-Lago and other things. Not to mention the big, huge ballroom that he got set up. And he got the big, the Lincoln bathroom in the White House that just got renovated for like I have no idea. Only God can tell me how much that's done for. Some tell me that the Lincoln Project is not quite what Trump wants to be in that regard. But yeah, it's kind of disturbing and kind of sickening to see that he's having a big grand old party about all this and having a grand old time of his life while people are over there worried about starving to death. And many of them are children and disabled like myself. So that's really quite horrid. Being that such a gross man is enjoying making people suffer this way. It reminded me of the time during the French Revolution, during the let me cake moments of Marie Antoinette. And it didn't go over too well for her or Napoleon. So maybe Trump should keep that in mind. But in any case, my question about all this shutdown stuff is, how long do you guys think it will last? The people who subscribe to my channel are smart, educated, and probably gambling people too, like myself. So I want to know, how long do you think this will last? Because it's quite obvious at this point that Trump doesn't give a crap about anything about us common people. He doesn't care about the educated. He doesn't care about the poor. He doesn't care about helping out other people. He doesn't care about the food or medicine to other people, except for himself. The big rich guy that never skips a meal and never skips a chance to rub it in our faces that he can afford all kinds of other good things and all that stuff. And toys and all that stuff that will obviously go up in price because of the tariffs and things like that. And I've seen it already in stores like Target and stuff like that prices were already high in those type of department stores. Now they're going up because of Trump's tariffs. In fact, I'm gonna make a video in which I go through a mall that I used to go to a lot with my parents when I was younger. And that right when Trump's tariffs went in place the first time he was president, during at the 2016 to 1920 time year. That's when everything went down the shift for that. And that's when all the stores in the mall closed. To the point that now only like a handful of places are still open there. So I'm gonna go to the mall there. I'm gonna see what stores are open and which ones are not open. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for that. But I'm gonna say how long will this thing last for? How long will this government shutdown last for? Will it be for another month, or will it be for another half a year? Well, I'm gonna put my money on the fact that it's not gonna last until January. Yeah, I'm gonna say that it's gonna last till January, past New Year's. It could be longer, it could be shorter, but right now we're on unknown territory right now. Because the first record-breaking shutdown was under Trump's first term, and it lasted 35 days. So now, being that he's got he doesn't want to lift one of his fat pudgy fingers to make any type of deal across the aisle over the Republicans versus Democrats. He doesn't want to do anything to fix the problem he caused himself. So I'm gonna say that the fixes they'll come until next year, when he does realize that the mistake that he had to fix. That in fact the midterms are gonna be coming up fairly soon, and he wants to be the best candidate guy they can be for that election. Is that's to be impeached for a third time, and third time charm for that. And I also love the way within 5 seconds of hearing the word shutdown, you automatically blame the Democrats for it. What's your opinion about the shutdown, Mr. President, or was the Democrats' fault? Democrats are evil, all this stuff. So, be a big boy, try to fix it with the Democrats' help. Don't always do childish games of blaming the other guy for it, or the other woman for it. So, that's kind of childish too, friend. To always blame the other guy for it. And, let's see here, cause that the more he says that it's Democrats' fault, or it's anybody else's fault besides himself, that there's something wrong with that, and that there's that he's trying to cover up his own butt for it. So, the more he said that it's the Democrats' fault, the more he realizes that it's his own fault, and his own party's fault for being so stubborn and so stalwart that they made a mistake, and they want to cover up, and they want to blame the next year over. But this election means that Trump knows that everyone sees through their little tricks and his lies. So when the midterms do come around, that he's not going to be able to cover it up through trickery or lying or some other dirty trick that we know about. So he's eventually going to get his. Every dog will have his day, and at this point, Trump owes 35 days to people. And I love the way federal workers, including the air traffic controllers, are working without pay, which is another kind of hallmark of Trump's life, that he gets away with paying workers for whatever they do. So I'm sure that they're probably pissed off, overworked, tired, not wanting food and medical care for some of them. But the GOP tends to forget about the common people. They just like throwing the big parties and having a good old time at people's expense. So I know that Trump said that he would pay for the $350 million renovation on the East Wing, more of a deconstruction than anything else. But number one, he didn't say where he was getting the money for the renovation bathroom. And second of all, he's also going to be suing the government for $230 million, which he owns everyone that works there, so they're about to give to him without any questions asked. So that $230 million comes from our taxpayer money. So, in that sense, we're gonna give him the money. And then he can use the money to pay for whatever new she can put on there, a part of it at least, a down payment. So, we're gonna be paying for it anyway. And yet, we're not gonna be able to go into the ballroom a wager. At least we'll put Trump's the president over any other Republican president either. And nobody that I know, or like anybody that I know, or anyone that I'll know in the future, will be able to go to any of Trump's lavish balls or his Great Gatsby themed whatever. You know, there's a big like I don't want to say that I represent all people in America, but I represent the common people, the disabled people, more or less. And my rights are definitely being crushed by him, and so everybody else too in that field, in that regard. So I'm really kind of pissed off at him for not acting like an adult, for always saying that everything is hands down the Democrats' fault. They just screw over everyone and just playing childish games and come up with stupid memes and whatever went on. Because if you got time to make up stupid memes and stupid images of yourself being a complete idiot, you have time to talk to the Democrats, the leadership, and run the country the way you're supposed to. Not like a little kid that just found how to change an image on Adobe or something like that. So yeah, I did this video kind of wondering how long do you think that this government shutdown will last? And I realized all the answers that what do you guys think of this? Anyway, if you guys like what you see here and you want to see more on my channel and such, you can always like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you want, you can call me or text me for any future information on my videos by, like I said, call me or text me at 631-707-3707. And if you want, you can follow me on Twitter or X before I call that at P Nelson Pro. Also, my email address is jjsviewingchannel@gmail.com. So, as Luke guys, I've been absolutely disgusting about Trump doing all these expensive parties and stuff. And not only that, but I forgot to mention his enriching himself and his family too on the American taxpayer dollar. Like having a Secret Service stay at his own Mar-a-Lago places, his own hotels, his own places, and the money goes right to his fat ass. And all the cryptocurrency, I haven't gotten into that either because I'm not a crypto man. I'm a very simple man. I want to inject shit about that. And peace out, peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video. All you girls and guys in Interland. I find it very interesting that Trump topped himself with having the longest shutdown ever in American history. Which, by the way, he even said himself that if the president were to have a shutdown of any length, he's a failure as a president. So he shut down the government twice in his terms. So what does that say about himself? Not very good though. He probably blamed Joe Biden or Obama or Miss Pillick or I care. Books up you told, not anybody else. Sayonara. Ciao ciao.